Hey everyone, welcome back to the next episode of our video series. If you're new here, be sure to check out the previous part before diving into this one. You can find the link in the description below. Now let's jump right into episode 8. In the previous episode, Spencer successfully obtained the code to abort the self-destructive countdown from William Trust. However, upon awakening, William Trust is shocked by his presence here and questions how I ended up there. Before Spencer can provide an explanation, he is unexpectedly struck on the head by Trust's wife, Helena Trust, causing him to faint instantly. This sudden attack reveals the malicious nature of both William and Helena. Meanwhile, Spencer, who was actually there to protect them, finds himself incapacitated. Now, amidst confusion, both William and Helena ponder how they arrived on the spaceship. The upcoming storyline will unveil the fate of all involved characters. James and Eva are growing closer each day, although Eva pretends not to reciprocate James's feelings. Meanwhile, Sharon's concern for Spencer grows as he remains missing since his return from Arc 3. On a positive note, Alicia and Angus successfully retrieved crucial footage, revealing Maddox's involvement in the Arc 15 project. Maddox, a wealthy woman, took over the project from Trust and even installed faster-than-light technology on the new spaceship. Following the launch of Arc 1, the world's condition deteriorated drastically, leading to the extinction of humanity. Despite knowing about 3 Arc ships, it remains uncertain how many have been launched afterward. The hostility between Trust and Maddox raises questions, given the scarcity of survivors in the universe, especially considering they are all scientists. Further revelations are eagerly awaited to unravel these mysteries. Eva proposed integrating FTL technology into their spaceship, inspired by its success on Arc 3. Sharon, considering the suggestion, requested time to deliberate. Meanwhile, Alicia, known for her intelligence, found herself torn between her initial interest in Baylor and newfound feelings for Angus. However, her attention is diverted by Kelly, a new arrival on the spaceship, who seems to monopolize Angus's time. Alicia's discomfort grows as she realizes Kelly has convinced Angus to accompany her to a memorial event. Alicia's presence alongside Angus was initially intended for archival research on Arc 3, as instructed by Sharon. However, Alicia's plans are disrupted by Kelly's influence, leaving her feeling unsettled. In the secret room, William and his wife, Helena, were still trying to figure out how they ended up there. They were both pretty arrogant, especially Helena. Now they were trying to remember what happened. William recalled that back on Earth, there was some trouble with a project he was working on. He got fired because of it. Then when they got into the car, Helena did something to make him pass out. After that, William didn't remember anything until now. He asked Helena why she did it, and she said she did what she thought was right. She explained that he was fired, and he didn't have a purpose anymore. People didn't see him as a leader, so she brought him here because on this new planet, people would need him. They would respect him, and he could become their leader. While they were talking, Spencer woke up. Helena apologized to him for hitting him, thinking he was trying to hurt William. After Spencer introduced himself, William and Helena assumed they had arrived at Proxima B. However, Spencer revealed that they hadn't reached their destination. An accident had caused them to wake up unexpectedly, and it would take many years to reach Proxima B. Spencer explained that his job was to protect them. William offered to help by going to the bridge to try to increase speed, but Spencer refused, warning that it was dangerous outside as many people wanted to kill them. This angered William, who couldn't believe that even in space, people were against them. Helena asked about the other crew members, like the captain, commander, and Baylor. Spencer sadly informed them that they were all dead. Meanwhile, on the bridge, Sharon worries increase about Spencer missing, prompting her to order everyone to search for him. Despite their efforts, Spencer couldn't be found. It was known that there was a secret room on the ship, and Spencer was hiding there. Then Felix came up with an idea. He suggested to Alicia that they track Spencer's location based on the transmission he sent after coming from Arc 3. After tracking the location, they discovered it was sent from Sector OT. This surprised everyone because there was no sector with that name on their ship. James questioned how Spencer could be in a place that didn't even exist on the spaceship. Meanwhile, Dr. Kabir was seen working on reports. It was known that she hadn't been able to save the other survivors from Arc 3, despite her efforts. She felt unhappy and blamed herself for not being able to save them. Meanwhile, Angus and Kelly arrived. Kelly was saddened by the death of her mate, but she urged everyone to move forward and leave the past behind. On the other hand, Alicia and Eva were working on attaching the FTL device from Arc 3 to their spaceship. Alicia, known for her chattiness, confided in Eva about her feelings for Angus. However, she expressed concern that Angus was spending most of his time with a new girl. Meanwhile, Felix and Yelena were on a mission to find Spencer in the OT sector. They relied on a map, but to their surprise, where the OT sector should have been, there was only a wall. Felix became puzzled, but then remembered that when he went to arrest Baylor, Baylor had rushed towards that same location. This made him doubt the accuracy of the map. He hurried to find Eva and asked her if there was supposed to be an empty space at that location. After examining the map, Eva also sensed something was off, so Felix, Yelena, and Eva went to investigate the same place. On another note, Dr. Kabir sought out Kat to confide in her about her struggles with depression. She explained that she initially relied on pills to stay active and alert, but now she felt unable to work without them. Felix had taken all the pills with him, but they had acquired more from Arc 3. Dr. Kabir contemplated taking the pills again, fearing addiction. Kat suggested a solution. Dr. Kabir could give Kat access to her locker, and only Kat could provide her with medicine when needed for patients. This way, Dr. Kabir wouldn't have direct access to the pills, reducing the risk of addiction. During their conversation, Kat shared her own experience of nearly dying due to UV lights during a space mission and how she overcame similar mental challenges. She reassured Dr. Kabir that with time, things would get better, and she herself had become successful afterward. After their discussion, Dr. Kabir felt some relief. On another front, Eva, Felix, and Yelena continued their search for Spencer in Sector OT. After much effort, they finally discovered a button. Felix pressed it, and a door suddenly opened. It was the door to the secret room where Spencer, Helena, and William were discussing. However, before they could approach, Felix had to open another door. Meanwhile, inside the room, Spencer and William debated whether they should reveal themselves to everyone. Spencer advised against it, warning of the danger to their lives. As Spencer opened another door, they found themselves facing containers holding the DNA of various animals. William was amazed and happy, though he claimed not to know about it. Helena explained that it was a genetic library containing the DNA of all Earth's animals. They needed it to recreate the perfect ecosystem on Proxima b, similar to Earth's. William was especially grateful to Helena, realizing she had prepared extensively for their journey, including creating this genetic library. It showed they had come well prepared for their new home. As Eva opened the door, they were startled to come face to face with William Trust. Helena greeted Felix, expressing surprise at seeing them both there. With the secret now revealed, they decided to bring William and Helena in front of everyone. While most people were happy to see them, some harbored resentment. One crew member, a woman, confronted William, blaming him for her brother's death due to his experiments. Helena retorted, reminding her that it was those experiments that allowed her to be alive and present on the spaceship. Helena and William made their way to the bridge, where Sharon welcomed them. However, James couldn't contain his anger and punched William. Sharon intervened to calm the situation. James harbored deep resentment towards William because he was one of the victims of William's experiments on Earth, which led to dangerous diseases. After Sharon apologized to William and Helena, she insisted they stay on the bridge for their safety. Helena reassured her, stating that with Felix around, they were no longer in danger. With that settled, they headed towards the meeting room, leaving the crew members shocked by their unexpected presence on the spaceship. Sharon confronted Spencer about how he obtained the codes. Spencer admitted to it, explaining that he had his reasons for keeping it a secret. However, Sharon was furious with him and decided to remove him from his position as lieutenant. She expressed her disappointment, telling him he had broken her trust. Spencer accepted the consequences, now stripped of his rank. Sharon made it clear that they would discuss the matter further later on. In the meeting room, Felix expressed his frustration to Yelena about being brought on the mission, feeling separated from his family. Helena justified their actions, stating that if they hadn't intervened, Felix might have perished alongside them. She reminded him of the time Felix had saved them, prompting a flashback scene where Felix rescued William Trust from an attack. Meanwhile, Eva and her team worked diligently on installing the FTL device onto their spaceship. Some crew members doubted its functionality, fearing it might only be compatible with Arc 3. However, Alicia remained confident, having saved them from numerous perilous situations in the past. Once the installation was complete, Eva and Alicia headed to the bridge, awaiting permission to activate the FTL device. Helena urged William to embrace his leadership qualities and take command of the spaceship. She believed in his abilities and encouraged him to step forward. However, when William expressed doubts about the safety of the FTL device on the bridge, Sharon stood by Alicia's decision to activate it, dismissing William's concerns. With Sharon's approval, Alicia activated the FTL device. Suddenly, the spaceship became enveloped in a strange bubble and surged forward, surpassing the speed of light. But as they traveled, the crew experienced a surreal phenomenon. They witnessed moments from their past, present, and potential futures all at once. They found themselves unable to distinguish which moment in time they were in, sometimes glimpsing the future and other times seeing the past. These strange occurrences were clearly the side effects of the FTL device. Feeling mentally overwhelmed by the chaotic temporal experiences, the crew realized they had to act. They understood that continuing in this state could lead to their demise. Determined to regain control, they made the decision to deactivate the FTL device and break free from the confusing time loop before it was too late. William urgently told them they had to turn off the device, but they didn't know how because it couldn't be switched off directly from the bridge. So William suggested they follow their future selves to find out how. They eventually reached the reactor chamber, but because they were all in different times, they couldn't understand each other. Finally, William managed to convey that they needed to cut some wires simultaneously. They did this, and the FTL device finally turned off, stabilizing their spaceship. Now, they needed to make some changes to the system. Afterwards, Sharon visited Helena and William, but they didn't treat her well, which Sharon didn't like at all. Earlier, Alicia had been tasked by Sharon to extract archive information from the data on Arc 3. Among the data, Alicia found records of diseases that couldn't be cured 6 years ago, but are now treatable. She shared this discovery with Ava, who then discussed it with James. However, James laughed off the idea, insisting that during his time on Earth, he received various treatments for his ailments, but none were effective. Eva continued to care for James despite his skepticism. Eventually, it was revealed that Kat and William had been having an affair, which had begun back on Earth and continued aboard the spaceship. William, despite being youthful at heart, had kept this relationship hidden from his wife, Helena. Kat, however, genuinely loved William and maintained the affair discreetly. Later on, Spencer approached William Trust. Despite losing his lieutenant position, Spencer remained steadfast in his belief in the mission and in William. He reassured William, expressing his unwavering support, saying, "You can blindly trust me. I'm with you in every condition." William responded with a small smile. With this, the episode comes to a close. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. More episodes are on the way, so please keep supporting.